Friday's match against Wake Forest got off to a slow start for us, but we picked up momentum during the first set, and I thought that was good character building for us. We were ready to play, but we just made a lot of silly errors early, and we couldn't finish plays. And I was really excited that we were able to put away the inconsistencies early and gain some momentum. And I felt that once we started to get momentum and get a 2 or 3 point lead, we were able to build upon that. And we finished out the first set well. And I think from that point on, the team had the confidence that we were going to be able to control the match. And I thought we did a good job with our serving and to get Wake out of their system. And they did a good job in the first set to score against us, and we weren't as ready. But I was glad to see that we were progressing, got better and better as the match went along, and we were able to come out with a victory and have a lot of people contribute to that match, coming off the bench and playing in a 6-2 and having people come off and as outside hitters and having different combinations, I think really added to the spark and the enthusiasm and the confidence that the team needed to come out with a victory that day. Well, it was great to be home again. We felt like we've been on the road early in the season for a while, and being at home in Carmichael has been great because we know the facility, obviously, and it's a tough place for opponents to come into. And playing home on Friday and Sunday is great with the day in between to allow us to prepare for both teams. And one of our goals was to have to win at home and to win all our matches at home, and we had that goal, and it's still a goal we're working with. And having the success of Friday's match and having a good 3-0 victory, and knowing that we had to play even better against Duke on Sunday because we knew that they were coming off of a loss, and they were going to be fired up, and we had to be fired up and play even better. We can't just sit back and expect what we do on one day is going to help us the next day. Playing Duke, obviously our big rival, was important, and this group hasn't won in a couple of matches in a couple of years. So the senior class, Emily McGee, Cora Harms, and that group, they experienced some success their freshman year, but not in the previous 2 years. So this was a big match for them emotionally. I think to go out and get a victory against our rivals. We had a great crowd here at Carmichael. They were really into the match. Carolina Fever was in full force, and our block party was fantastic. And I just think a lot of people came out to see what they knew was going to be a really good match, and we didn't disappoint them. And it went 5 games. It was a nail biter, a lot of close sets, and in the fifth game, I was just real happy how we gained some momentum and confidence early. When it was 5-3, I thought that, and we were up, that set could have gone either way, but we made some great defensive plays. Cora Harm's coverage of our hitters and some great swings to have us go up 8-4 at the turn, I thought was significant, and I think we were able to just build a momentum from there. Well, it's great being at home. Can't ask for anything better than playing some tough opponents. Even though we had 2 great victories this past weekend with Wake Forest and Duke, it's not getting any easier. We have 2 tough opponents playing Clemson this Wednesday, and we're excited because Clemson's always a tough match, some great athletes that they have on their team, always a really good offensive team. And getting to play that match on ESPNU in front of a national audience is fantastic. We're happy to and excited to showcase Carmichael Arena. I think one of the best facilities in the country. To be playing home and with an 11-2 record, I think we'll get some fans out here. We want to play really, really well. And Clemson's going to be a good opponent. They've had some good matches early in the year. They're always a physical team at the net. Monisha Simmons for them is a great blocker on the right side and a great offensive player, one of the top 10 in the ACC in kills and blocking. And Sandra Adelaide as well does a great job for them in the middle. Always been a factor for 4 years. She's a senior now. Always a tough one to battle up against. And then Natalie Patson as a libero for them is in the top 5 in the ACC in digs. They've got a good combination, a good balance of offense and defense, and a tough team to beat. And they usually play well, and they know they're going to have a tough battle here. I'm sure they're up for this match as well as we will be. Georgia Tech is going to be a really tough battle for us. They have one of the best and most dynamic hitters in the conference in Monique Meade. and she is fantastic. She gets a lot of kills for them. She's a great blocker. She's a lefty, and so she has hit some all different interesting angles. And what they have now, and they were extremely competitive last year, and they have the returning player in Bailey Hunter, who was a North Carolina native who was out last year with an injury, and she's back. And those two are a very formidable 1-2 punch in terms of their offensive production. They both in the top 10 in kills per set. They're both great blockers on the court. They lead their team. They're seniors. So when you have two really good pin hitters like they are, who are seniors, you know they're going to be really tough. They're well coached. They've got a good libero. They play good defense. They like to run a fast offense. So they're going to do a lot of things to keep us off balance, and we have got to play really, really well. I want to prepare for them, but I know we have to think about Clemson first. But I know that Georgia Tech will be a really tough match. They're tough in their gym, and they're tough on the road. They've had some good matches this year, and we have to be really good. We can't play like we have this past weekend, starting slowly. We have to come out fast, furious. We need to get off to good starts. We have to build momentum with points. We need to have our hitters be really productive. We've had a great balance of our offense over the last couple of weeks. Now we have to have some of our hitters just be really great scorers. McGee, Chanel Nelson, Tia Gaffin, Kayla Behringer, Lauren Atkins, Paige Neuenfeld. All of them right now have all got to be great, and that's what it's going to take for us, our team, to reach the goals we have for this year. And Georgia Tech will be a really good test, and it should be a great battle.